big dumb shoot action game. Definitely inspired by the likes of Contra. It's also similar to games like Not a Hero, Duck Game. Not a Hero, Duck Game, other run and guns like that. But looking at it, I played the first few levels, and it both looks and feels pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and start on an empty save file here. And before I get started, I will say that it did not work with my PS4 controller. No, at least not in a plug-and-play sort of way. I could probably make it work with some sort of third-party program, but I didn't want to go through the effort. Plus, the game's really simple. It only has 2 buttons, jump and shoot, along with movement. So it's really easy to map to keyboard. Very yawny today. The commercial zone is not heavily defended, making it the perfect place to set up a base. Clear the area. So the controls here, like I said, are quite simple. You have run, you have jump, you have shoot. You can shoot in 6 directions. When you shoot in midair, you kind of float for a bit. You can take a couple hits, but not a ton. Notably, when you get near enemies, they tend to duck like that. You can see that guy. This guy ducked when I got his attention. So this is definitely about getting the jump on enemies and starting to hit them before they can hit you, because they take like 3 hits or so. But once you hit them once, they tend to get stunned. And they do delay on their attacks back, but there are more than just these basic purple enemies. Even just in this level, you can see those, those turrets up there, as well as there are these like UFOs down here, and they are activated, and it just took me a little while to figure out, by walking through this. So you sort of run, turn back, shoot a bunch of them, and repeat. The chase pattern's a bit lazy, so they can get, that is a lazy chase pattern, not a chase pattern that is made in a lazy way. So it's easy to get them stuck, and then no matter how many of them there would be, you could easily deal with them. These purple orbs, like the one I just picked up, those are health. And when you defeat all the enemies, you clear a stage. This game has, I think it was like 58 levels, 50-something levels from the description on the store page. And, I mean, just already, this game feels great to play. The controls make sense. The movement does almost exactly what I expect it to. Shooting has the screen shake effect that I think helps with the game's aesthetic a lot. One difficulty is this, where you get in range of an enemy, they duck, and you want to duck too, but if you're above a ladder, you'll just go down it, and that's not helpful. So I need to find a good way of dealing with that problem. One way is with waiting till an enemy's back is turned, because then they will wait longer to duck. Plus you can jump over the enemy's shots if you time it right, which makes things a bit easier to deal with. This is a portal here, and leads to a sort of mini-boss. You do have, you can take multiple hits, as you can see, but also you can die a couple times. The heads next to the life bar are the number of lives you have. This game is concerned largely with ranking more than just finishing, so it's what the game wants you to do is do a level, make mistakes, but then do it again without making mistakes to get a good rank, if you're so inclined. Oh, I took a death there. Now, now I'm just gonna pick up that health, I guess. That'd have been nice. You can shoot diagonally. It can be a bit awkward. Definitely this game speaks for itself pretty well. And I mean, it's just a lot of fun to play. I mean, it's the sort of game that a lot of the commentary is going to be, oh, so close, or oh, dang, he got me. But I can speak a bit more on what on judgments, as well as your standard weapon. You also get vehicles, which have their own health bar. I don't know what happens if they run out of health. It hasn't happened to me in my testing. I don't know if it's just death or if you fall out of the craft, sort of like Metal Slug. Ideally, I don't find out, but, you know. It's not like I'm super great at running guns. I'm a Mega Man fan, but that only goes so far. Well, it would be easier to go on foot here. Oops. You do definitely want to still be in your ship. You can park them on other platforms. And it can be hard to see where you are because your sprite is so tiny. That's just something I've grown accustomed to playing games like I Want to Be the Guy, where, I mean, this manages to be even a smaller sprite than the kid, but it feels very similar in having to carefully keep track of where you are, especially because you move pretty quickly, and the backgrounds are, I guess this is a dead end. The backgrounds are pretty busy, but you can go into the, no, not that. You can go into the accessibility and change the amount of backgrounds that there are, all the way to off, where it's just a black screen, which makes the game a lot easier to see. I'm going to keep them on, I can handle it. You can also slow down the game. I mean, you can really slow down the game. So if you're having difficulty playing, that would be one way to implement a difficulty mode, is letting you make the game easier to look at, or indeed making it move slower, which is a really impressive. I mean, an indie game like this, having accessibility options that you just don't really see anywhere, is something really special. I may have made a terrible error, because I'm pretty sure I need the craft. No, I'll be able to make that. Immediately get off. One thing you definitely need to get used to is, if possible, ducking when you go to kill an enemy. Let's see if I can... I don't know what that was. I don't know if I was supposed to shoot it or, like, touch it. It seems to be some sort of collectible. But this is where I stopped in testing. And I was just really itching to play more of it. I mean, well, that's a great start. Because it's just so good to control. A lot of times people will say, well, this game had great ideas, but it didn't execute them properly. Which, incidentally, I think is a completely useless statement. But this game is the opposite. This game has a very typical idea. It is a run and gun. There are lots of running guns, lots of good ones. And this is also one of the very good ones. This is a game with a common, even pedestrian idea, just executed really well. the fact that you hover a bit when you shoot adds a layer of complexity. Let's see here, what are we doing here? That's one way to do it. That's, I mean, it's the wrong way to do it, but it is one way. Now, I intend to try to finish this game at least, but I'm not too concerned about, like, getting 5 stars in every level or anything like that. Can I still? Yep, I can still duck under those. Oops. That was incorrect. Luckily, I can at least heal. So it seems that the counter showing how many enemies remain only appears, yeah, just periodically like that. Well, if I was supposed to shoot that little guy, I did it. You can also jump on ladders to move a little faster upwards, which is handy. Gotta drop down before I celebrate. Can't celebrate on ladders. Well, also, touching enemies doesn't hurt you. You just sort of bounce off each other, which I really like. I've never been a fan of having enemies damage you by their, you know, their terrible skincare routine. Especially in a game like this where, I mean, the enemies are just dudes. They're not hurting you by just touching you. So, just walking into enemies can be a strategy even, because it sort of kicks them away. So, just, you know, despite the very few buttons, the simple idea of the game, there's surprisingly a fair few mechanics that you just don't really see most other places. Like the shoot hovering or kicking enemies away by touching them in a run and gun. Add to that the low skill floor, considering the accessibility, but the high skill ceiling, considering the ranking system. And this is a game that you can play without being intimidated by, and then continue playing as you get better, and it continues rewarding you more and more. Those enemies' shots are laid out in a very particular way to make it awkward to stand under them. That's clever. Probably would have been better if I went for a a diagonal shot. Yeah, you can't do anything with those. I was wondering if maybe you could shoot the laser emitters to make them turn off, but now it does not seem that way. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. I'm gonna have to take a hit here. Nah. I made a mistake going into that spot, so I wasn't able to get out of it safely. Otherwise, I would have gotten 4 stars. So it's not just twitch reflexes, you also have to think a little bit. It looks like there's a new ship here. It shoots both ways. Oh, that's a lot. That's quite a lot. And if you hold down fire, you strafe. That's handy. Now, will it spawn more if I shoot it again? Well, I'm getting hit confirm sounds, and I'm not sure if it's actually accomplishing anything. Yeah, I think that doesn't actually do anything shooting that. Which is a shame. It'd be nice to have a way to, like, destroy these ships before they come out, or even at least damage them. As for the story of this game, I don't think there really is one. I think it's just go forth and kill ugly things. I mean, it did say in the beginning, oh, this is a good spot to set up our base. Realistically, this game does not have a story. And in the same vein that really Mario does not have a story, that's totally fine. Games are, of course, good based on a combination of several factors, usually some combination of story and gameplay, but some games can perfectly well survive on just gameplay. I mean, chess, literally chess, is a game without a story that has survived for thousands of years because its gameplay is so solid. And meanwhile, there are visual novels and indeed books, which are adjacent, that survive on literally just a story. And some visual novels will attempt to add gameplay of some sort, like Danganronpa with its trials, or indeed Retrace did with its puzzles and such, but they don't have to. Something like Steins Gate really doesn't have any gameplay at all. There's just some dialogue choice options that determine what ending you get. And honestly, the choices are so abstract because of how they work that I hesitate to even call that gameplay. More like, do what seems right the first time, and then the second time look up a guide to get the good ending. And Steins Gate is a real gem, a real treasure of a game, despite that, because its writing is so good. So a game that's only gameplay is nothing unusual, and it's nothing wrong either. It does mean that probably the game will be fewer people's favorites, because most people choose a favorite game based on some sort of emotional connection they have to it. And it's hard to get that without a story. Not impossible. I mean, there are people, for sure, whose favorite game is a Mario game, or something like that. But a lot more people have favorite games that are single-player, story-based games because they've achieved some emotional meaning to it. Oh, I'm going all the way back over here. The checkpoints were so plentiful in previous levels that I was like, where am I going to spawn? Oh no, it's over there. Almost done with this level. Is there anything else over here? No. Definitely not getting the high score on this one. Already down to 2 stars, and I'm not even done yet. Okay, that was the last one. Doing levels over again. Okay, now. Now that was just rude, mister. Doing levels over again and getting a better feel for where everything is. Doesn't look like I could destroy that. Is definitely key to getting good ranks. Like, being good at running guns certainly helps. But knowing where the enemies are, knowing the best ways to approach them through experience, that's what really is gonna get you the good ranking. Especially if you're better able to tell like which enemies are more likely to duck or which ones will shoot you while standing, because I've seen both. Or understanding the AI behaviors for those. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so if you're already shooting on top of a ladder, you can duck, and it won't have you just walk down, climb down the ladder. That's good to know. That's something you figure out just through experience. I mean, earlier I was complaining that it's difficult to fight while on top of ladders because you'll just end up going down them. But now I know better. Now I know there's a way around that. Getting that epiphany sort of moment is definitely a strength of a game that either has no or an optional tutorial. Oh, there's a guy over there. There's some guys over there. Oh, hello. Some dodging rain in here. Not that bad. Now just go over here. Don't think I'll be able to go through that way backwards, and really got to do this from the other angle. I would have to take some damage going the other way. This is that little guy. That was what was left. Oh, they shoot like immediately, don't they? Huh? They can be ducked, but... Oh, dang it. I accidentally went up the ladder and got hurt for it. Where am I going? Oh, down here. One of the little goomers over there. Oh, they can duck too. And they really knock you back with their hits. Get back here. You can't. Okay. They're slippery, these little green ones. They've mastered the ancient technique of not standing perfectly still. Oh, okay, so when you're falling, you have a little bit of control, but not much. It's more like directional influence than proper control. I was worried about that. Oh. My fingers wandered on the keyboard and it was no longer on the fire button. That's definitely something to worry about when you're playing a game like this on keyboard is, you know, one key might feel similar to another and not perform the same action, as it were. Okay, I need some way to better deal with him. That's not it. Need to figure out how to approach him. Because he shoots immediately, I sort of can't just, like, get up to his level. Suppose I could just sit here. But I can't jump up here. Can I jump, like, over here? Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. Okay, that was sloppy. Doesn't mean I'll do it again, but that was sloppy. And now we have our first boss stage. That's a wonderful start. Alright, this is gonna be one of those... oh boy, this is gonna be one of those, try a few times to get the hang of it sort of boss. How much can I just tank him? Not that much. Okay, that wasn't my fault. Fail. Not sure that I got this, but I appreciate the support from those little dancing guys over there that were there a minute ago. Okay, let's try the strategy of not shooting him and just seeing what he does. Yeah, when he jumps I need to be at the side and then start shooting. Unless he drops the metal blades, then it looks like I need to run under those. No, I need to shoot them. See, that's how I'm supposed to do that. But then sometimes he... Huh. Is there any way of telling when he's about to jump and which type of jump is he gonna do? Is it a pattern? Is it like shoot, 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 jump, shoot, jump? Yeah, it must be because he's doing it even when I'm not there. And it's 2 waves and then 1 metal blade. So he'll jump again. Then he'll jump again. Oh, no, you can't shoot those. You can just, when you hit them, you destroy them. I'll wait for him to finish jumping. Wave jumps are definitely the best opportunity to hit them. And like I thought, you can walk under those. Like that. Well, that was obviously not very clean, but if I did it again, I would definitely do a lot better. My hero. This is the heart of the planet's communication system. It poses a great threat to the mission. Destroy it. Make them pay for having communications. How dare they? I mean, back in my day, we didn't have cell phones or radio comms. We had spawn camping robots. Okay, it doesn't like when you do that. It does not like when you do that. I thought I'd be clever by going to the side and having a clean chance to hit it like that. Nope. Nope. It's not a fan. Here's some health, that's helpful. I was trying to aim diagonally and I accidentally got on the left pattern set, dang it. I did it again. Need to watch that. Some health there, but I don't need it right now, so I'll leave it. Definitely the key with this type of enemy is understanding that they always shoot at you, so you just need to periodically move, and as long... it doesn't matter where you move, but if you move at all, you'll be safe, because it only hits where you were. Enemies like that can sometimes have really scary looking attack patterns, and the trick is once you understand how to dodge them without thinking, then you can put more brain power, AEIOU, into lining up hits. It's crossing back over the streams that's difficult. And it's enemies that aim not at you exactly, but sort of adjacent to you. Those are the really dangerous ones, if they're paired with enemies that also aim at you. Because they're prime for making you accidentally walk into their bullets as you're trying to avoid other ones. Definitely don't want to go up when he's right next to me. There's nothing. Get in your way. Don't need health right now. Since you can't move while you shoot, it's often important to just focus on dodging. Don't worry about hitting the enemies. You'll get your chance. Interesting. Wonder if there's a limited number or if I need to actually hit the spawner. Looks like there was just a limited number. And it was one more than I can handle. Since I'm not coming back here, I may as well pick up the health. Always be on the lookout for those funny angles you can hit enemies from. since I know that hitting this thing will make enemies start spawning, I know to wait until the coast is clear to start. Interesting that they can use ladders. Get back here. Get killed. Okay. And of course, every time I do a level and I take 1 or 2 deaths, I can definitely see how I can do it better if I were to do it again. That adds a ton of replayability to a game that's probably not like that long. One question to raise is, will I finish this game today? And probably not. I think I'll finish like 3, maybe 4 worlds, and then do more another stream. Especially because later worlds are almost certainly going to get pretty frustrating. I can see that happening. This sort of game is really easy to scale up into Mondo difficulty. Yeah, here's a case where turning off the backgrounds would probably help a lot. The enemies are kind of blending in, and especially their bullets are blending into the chaotic background. Okay, you can't touch that, whatever it is. And you do die if your craft is destroyed. We're learning here. Pop, pop. These enemies, you definitely want to clear out, like, a layer of them at a time, because they seem to hesitate going too far above their spawn point. Which means you can just keep a hail of bullets going in one direction, and you'll eventually catch them as they drift upwards. Okay, let's tap it in. So there's that landing platform. Is there one over here? No. Was there... Oh, no, yes there is. It's over right here. I'm afraid of taking one hit since there's health here. Yeah, no problem. Pop. I'm not thrilled with the fact that enemies can continue shooting while you're landing. I don't think that clearing a safe landing like that needs to be a part of the gameplay. Oh, that's not what I thought they would do. Interesting. Definitely looking for an opportunity where they're like right above you and not moving horizontally very much. So if you're shooting horizontally, you're going to get minimal opportunities to damage things. And they can move through platforms, which is interesting. So like that, it didn't even get a chance to shoot. That was a calculated effort right there. That was less so. Can't shoot through the tops of ladders, it seems. roofs seem to be your enemies with these things, since it means you don't get a clear shot to hit them. It's hanging over the side. I should be able to get it, but I guess not. Yeah, so there are heavier ones that need to be woken up, but they shoot more bullets when they bounce. Oh. Yep. Okay. Wasn't sure if I'd be able to do that safely. Kind of just tanked that one. That's fine, we can tank. We're not going for 5 stars. Look, HQ, if you wanted it done well, you should have brought someone who can't take a hit. Get the last one. I'm going. There I go. Oh! If you finish while on a moving platform, you'll just celebrate in midair. Good to know. Angle on that one's not great. That one's almost dead now. Now I can focus on this one. Angle of attack's very important in this kind of game. You get it wrong and enemies can easily overwhelm you. They seem to lose a lot of urgency after they've been out of the pod thing for a few seconds. Like, go, 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 go. I mean, if you want, go ahead. Like, all right, you and I, we got to make something happen. Streaming or slowly moving to a side is definitely the way to go with these enemies. Because although they don't aim exactly at you, pretty minimal movements will still get you out of the way of their shots. This thing's moving precariously quickly over an endless pit. Not safe to fight him like that. I'm gonna keep doing it though. I'm paying close attention. Yeah, to where the bullets are. Yeah, I knew I was getting overwhelmed there. Look at them, they're like little ants. They're very vulnerable went on the ladders. They move up and down them so slowly. At best, they'll be able to get one shot out. Oh, hey! That actually damages them, too. I didn't realize. I thought it just moved them. I was just trying to get a good angle on him, and I killed him. The dreaded sine waves. That takes all my brain power. Is there another one? No. A moving platform. Okay. Okay, no, that makes sense. Get that checkpoint, because... Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, let's just sort of shoot forward until it becomes less a lot. This is a case, though, where the bullet pattern is a lot more scary than it is actually threatening. Because you can just find a spot where the bullets aren't happening, and they won't start happening again. Alright, whatever that is, I finally killed it, instead of just letting it disappear. That was a little scary. Definitely can't approach from that ladder, and I just get tossed around. Regardless, it seems I may have to approach from that ladder. So I'll have to figure something out. Yeah, looks like I don't have an option. Gentlemen. One hit. Not as bad as it could have been. Ah! That's exactly what I was afraid of. Oh, I need to be over here anyway, too. It looks like the last of them are just the... Yeah, these two guys over here I missed. When I'm celebrating, I'm invincible. You can't kill me then. That'd be illegal. Okay, hurting this guy spawns, dudes. So you probably just want to find a good angle, or you could do things faster. It seems you can only spawn a limited number at a time. So you can either find an angle where you sort of kill the adds as they spawn, or just let them go past you, while keeping an eye on where they're all located. Definitely the sort of enemy you need to concentrate on. Your eyes sort of turn into the Squid Game doll. tracking each of the balls, each of the bullets, where the bosses, where you, mini bosses, where the enemy is, where you are. And now this is just that, but more. More or less, I'm just dealing with the ads and hoping that the bullets that miss the ads walk into the main enemy. Grouping them up like that might be a good strategy. Yeah, even if you're not shooting him, once he's aggro, he will continue to spawn more ads. So dealing with all of them and then hitting him is not necessarily a good solution. Look at that, 5 stars. Didn't even get hit, right? Didn't get hit, right? Now I gotta fall carefully. And climb. That went poorly. Okay, I ain't doing this right. That's for sure. Look, I might get my first game over here because I barely started and I'm already down to 1 life. Yeah, I don't have a good way of dealing with the yellow guys coming off a ladder. Because it's not like I can stun lock them out of shooting. They get the shots off anyway. You really need distance on them. What's going on down there? Oh, there was a ladder. That might have helped. Here, using the walls and ceilings to my advantage is definitely for the best. Since I can just use this cover to get rid of all the garbage that's on the screen and then go back. Alternatively, I can also just jump into a shot and get rid of all the garbage on screen and then go back and find a better angle. I don't know, maybe I can just even for this first guy, I can just sort of do this, right? Yeah. But then that doesn't answer the question of how I'm going to deal with this guy. Okay, so get off the ladder and then immediately jump and then come back and then shoot him. That seems to be the strat. Got a new enemy here. Okay, that tracks your position a little bit, so you can't just duck it. Also, that guy is definitely from, what's it called, Robotron? Like the walk cycle especially. It's just a fancier looking version of the Robotron characters. Get it. It's a good thing I'm bald or that would have shaved me. Oh, and now I have to start again. Now let's do this with a little less failure. We take those. When jumping, keep in mind that there may be fireballs right above you. Ah! Yeah, because they shoot not at the same elevation every time. I mean, it's a little less failure. It's still failure, but it's a little less. That's rough. Now, I was probably, in the first place, supposed to, like this, do sort of one layer at a time. At least until you get to the bottom, and then it's just like, figure it out. Hit. Yeah, that might be the solution. While they're turned away, just without even getting off the ladder, sort of get up and shoot them. Ooh, that has a bigger hitbox than it looks. Yeah, standing and shooting was probably not the solution now. Well, I certainly can't deal with them while they're right on the ladder. Yeah, with those shot at an angle, their hitboxes are a little weird. Unlike that, where you can duck and it kind of looks like it's hitting you, but the game gives it to you. I'm just not adjusting for the fact that they turn around immediately. Okay, have to dial to this a couple times while I learn its pattern. I don't get it. Yeah, okay, when it's sweeping, you need to just like go to one side. Just wondering how well that worked. It worked? I mean, could have been worse. Standing and shooting while it's doing the sort of punches. Okay, and there's a second phase once it runs out of arms. Well, I mean, I got it on my first try. There's something to be said for that. But I certainly didn't do it right. Yeah, I think I'll do this third mission. Well, we'll see. We'll keep going. Win the thing. Okay, that's not an enemy. Oop, that is. The spinning orbs are not enemies. They are obstacles. I gotta say, this game has really good enemy variety. I mean, there's a new thing like every magic pixel. Hey, I need to go back to the guy. Which is proving to be the hard part. That's really awkward. I mean, I get it. I don't know what those things I just killed do, but I got them. Okay, it disappeared, whatever. And more health here, so I'm feeling pretty good. Looks like I'll have to go in between them like that. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that works. Alright, looks probably like they shoot. Bait his attack, shoot him, go under, stand away, didn't quite jump over it. If you stand close and wait until they just start firing, you can lead the shots better, but you gotta do it right. Hey, 1 life. Hit. Get away from him, double back and shoot. That's the way to do it. Oh! I didn't go quite as far as I thought it would. And on, and over, and through. That's a lot of them. Quick hop, shoot a bit, quick hop, shoot a bit, quick hop, shoot a bit, and you're through. Wait for these guys to turn around. Go down, shoot them all. Easy. Pick up the extra health. Deal with Space Invader over here. And do it again. Mostly you just sort of stand still against this guy, shoot up, and weave through the bullets as necessary. If you were really concerned about speed, he'd be a lot more dangerous. Really tiny little things that get pushed back by your bullets. That's troublesome. Hit. Okay. Now go. Ladder. That guy. Come between. Ladder. Up. Over. Through. Dip. Dive. Dodge. And dive. Now 2 of these at the same time would be dangerous, but it seems that... Oh, I thought there were 2. Guess there was only 1. I had to rearrange there and make some really attractive noises. Leg was falling asleep from being in a weird position. Don't want that to happen. Alright, I missed one somewhere. And now this is timed weirdly. Dang it. Did the same thing again. There it is. Alright, I'll go up here and then There's still 14 enemies. It's more than just that one guy. Okay. Yeah, this is the way. It's not going smoothly. Okay. Well, 1 star. We take those. Definitely, the game is ramping up. The training gloves are off. And it has had officially enough of my garbage. And it wants me to really start learning. Learning, which is like learning, but extra Yeah, no. Oh, field goal. There's a lot of level, a lot of enemies, and still they're introducing new ones. The spider bots clinging on the edges there. Coming to range here? Yep, eventually. It's kind of awkward. It's kind of, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. No, I still gotta go get that one yellow guy, but, I mean, regardless, I don't think I'm beating the level on this try. Sort of stay on here until it's not safe. Another field goal. Expertly dodged all those platforms. Definitely getting into the territory here where levels are gonna no longer be the quick, snappy affair they've been. Oh, that was slow. That was so bad. Yeah. Oh, and I left a guy up here. I didn't even notice. Blue next, then yellow. This wall turret. This wall turret. And come down here. And before this gets too crowded. That felt pretty cheap. Can't have it. Well, considering I'm on 1 hit, I don't like my odds. There's 16 enemies remaining. But I do have 2 hit points. Oh, this is actually a pretty good angle. Until that happened. I dodged the bullet, though. You can't take that away from me. Restarts are nice and fast. That's really important for a game like this. Speaking of which, Let's just not even bother with that attempt. Yeah. It seems like you want to go underneath them because you can shoot them easily, but no, they'll just crowd you. That's slower, but it don't seem to be graded on time. Just like number of hits taken, probably. Ah, almost. Almost got away from him safely. And away we go. Ducking there the whole time, even though it won't keep you safe from the second guy, it'll keep you safe long enough to destroy all the enemies. And so, you do it, and then, you know, once they're all gone, then you can evade. Again, that doesn't feel right. Feels like you should be able to make that. Yeah, I have to do that really quickly. It's the thing. Now it's feeling a lot smoother. Like it's just sort of falling into place, except that hit, don't worry about it. But the earlier parts really had my number. Especially that middle part, that was the real issue. Should be the last one. Yeah, okay, wow. Ooh, that was tough. Our hero. Yeah, sure. Now we're gonna be using the up. This does not have a gun. This is just navigating saws. Oh, there's no saws on this side, so that makes it a lot easier. I've cleared out some breathing room, and I can go after these guys, no problem. Punted me right into the hole. And now I have to do this section again. Boo. Since I don't need to keep the ship, I don't really care if I take a hit or two, you know? I can just sort of run through it and yeah, whatever. What's this? Ah, this is the downship except up. Let's see. Something up here? Yeah. Just a couple quick enemies and a heal. But you gotta get everyone. Definitely want to try not to activate all three of these guys at once. Yeah, sure, whatever. Since I'm fighting the last guy in a ship anyway, what difference does it make? That's the power of streaming there. I didn't even need to look at the bullets, because I knew that one was aimed at me and the others all fanned out from it in a bunch of directions. And sure, that looks scary, but in reality, it's really quite safe to deal with. And so far, this one is really just a scare tactic. The balls, once he's dead, are actually more dangerous. See if there's anything I can kill here. Yeah. Always nice to be able to take that opportunity, since your gun goes, you know, infinitely far. Anytime you get an opportunity to shoot from a very long distance, or a distance that seems it's further than the enemy can go, I'm gonna take it. These have a weird pattern, like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So wait for them to go fast a bit, and then get hit anyway. Well, I'm on one hit, so I need to do this right to get through. Dang it. Yeah, I had to move because the spiders were closing in. The spider bolts were closing in, so I couldn't take the time on that third one and got nailed for it. 39 enemies remaining. Fighting at a diagonal like that can be a little... Oh, I didn't even see that shot. Creating a little tune like that for enemy patterns can be really helpful. Because once you have the rhythm, you can keep the rhythm without thinking about it, and then you can focus your thoughts on other things. Just bait it out and then do a far jump to get out of the way of the rest of it. I'm not really sure what to do about the cars aside from shoot them from a very long distance. Like, does that work? No. That just sort of doesn't make sense. I don't know why I want the save point anyway, because I'm on one health. One life and one health. Yeah. That was predictable. Quite a lot of stuff here. Now, let's try specifically to hit the balls first. And now I can deal with the actual craft, which is much easier, much safer. Oh, it seems that the cars go slowly until you start shooting at them. Which, I mean, mood. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Close enough. Now the spiders. Oh, I can take this one out pretty safely. Go over here and take this one out from below. That works pretty well. don't like those cars. And it's like they come rushing back to you once you hit them. No, it's not shooting at them, it's just... God damn, I don't like those. It just seems like, just shoot and hope that you kill them without taking too much damage. Every other enemy so far, I've definitely found a way of fighting them safely, but not those. Like, this, some of them you can take out from a safe enough distance that you can just shoot and eventually you'll kill them all, but... Enemies like that you can just do slowly and it's fine. But if you don't have an opportunity to hit the cars from a good distance, like what do you do? Okay, now on to here. Hitting this from such a safe angle that I don't have to worry. That's a trap, you'll get hit. Yeah, that's a trap, you'll get hit, 100%. Right? Oh, no, I guess not. Watch the streams. You'll be fine. These aren't aimed at you, they're just in a pattern, which is made a little trickier by the fact that the main body jiggles a little bit. Yeah, okay. Well, only one death. That's not too bad. 1 star, he bite me. Other ship level. Interesting, they go back into their shields if you get far enough away. Or do they just go back to their shields periodically? I should figure that out. I won't, but I should. Just a pit stop. You're so clever with your steady stream of bullets. Well, I have a wall. You weren't prepared for that technology. I wasn't prepared for being shot at the exhaust pipe either. Oh, come on. Oh, it has a little ad that it spawns. Boo. Well, at least I know that now. I'll wait for these bullets to go by. Yeah, not doing that on one life. Killed that thing. don't know what it's for. Oh, come on. That was bad. There's just 11 more enemies on one hit. Some of these enemies I feel would be easier to fight on foot because you're just so much smaller. At least touching the walls doesn't hurt you. I really hate when games do that. Like, I get it. You're a ship, you're going fast, walls hurt. Ouch. But, man, I don't want to deal with that. I want my wall escapism. Okay. Maybe I'll do this on 2 lives, let's see. Another one of these orbs, so not too likely. Nope. He trapped me. Okay. I think this guy's lonely. He wasn't even in his shield. You're coming over here. If we're doing this on my terms, Green Boy. 2 stars, somehow, despite being on 1 health and 1 life. Oh, some of the red guys just out and about. Okay, that's how they get reinforced here. Good to know. Ah, you weren't thinking of someone who would slip and fall and then have the low ground, were you? Hey, look, cars I can shoot from here. I think I will. I don't care how long it takes. I see you getting hit. You can't hide it from me. Gotcha. It's not really that much faster to jump up, but I'm gonna. This game sort of wants you to do a mix of going quickly and going slowly, I've noticed. That's pretty good. Despite the fact that these guys move on the ladder slowly, they can shoot from them. They're very susceptible to diagonal shots while they're climbing. That worked well. Got my health back. Nope, missed him. Don't understand those enemies. It is kind of nice that once the yellow guys decide on an elevation to shoot, they can't change it until they're finished with their 3. Also, I got 4 stars, though. That's pretty nice. So this is the last level before the boss. Wow, there is a lot going on. They have little safety nets. So I can't get the sneak under him kill that easily. Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. Ha, got him. Yeah, in order to hit him, I need to be on the platform, on the moving platform. I won't get many opportunities, but that's the safest way of dealing with it. One, two. Up, 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 up. 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 Up, up. It's close. Same deal over here. Start with the enemies nearby. And an extra health, that makes me feel better. Take out the spider, take out the turret, take out this turret, and now I'm free to take out that turret up there from the platform. And it'll be mostly safe. This is not very useful. Alright, looks like now I've got to... Gotta navigate this. Okay. This is almost certainly a death. Yeah, I didn't see any way to do that. I've got to start over from here. It's a good thing I didn't take the checkpoint on the lower area. So I don't think I was ever getting back up here without taking a hit. Come over here. I already got it. It might have been unnecessarily risky, but I got it. Just go all the way back over here, get the guys on this side, and I'll be done with the level. Not the cleanest run, but it worked. Just tank through that last hit, whatever. Okay. Bus number 3. We're off to a great start. There's a lot to keep track of, it seems. it feels like he doesn't actually have that much health. I mean, I'm gonna beat him, it's just gonna be on my 3rd life. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a very satisfying win. But I won. I sure did. I sure did, Sean. Yeah, it support. Okay, this game, like, takes so much concentration to play that I feel like it's hard to play for a long period of time, so I've been going for an hour and a half. And I'm technically halfway through the game, I guess. So I think I'm gonna stop it there and pick it up next time. This will be my first multi-stream game. Howdy do. That's why I put the 1 in parentheses after the game name. So this has been really good so far. It's definitely ramping up in difficulty